Hello everyone, good day. I do hope you are all doing well right now despite the situation we are currently facing, no? And even though it's challenging, then we still continue our class and learn new topics even if it's online. Now we are in the chapter 6, the ecological dimension of globalization. And today, I'll be discussing a very interesting and important topic, the lesson 1, globalization and the environment. So in this discussion, we will understand how globalization affects our environment, both in positive and negative ways, and what we can do to make globalization more sustainable and eco-friendly. So before we talk about the environment, let's first understand, what globalization really means. And I am sure you're already familiar with what globalization is, Mano. But let me briefly go over it again. Now, globalization is basically the increasing connection between countries. This includes how we trade goods, share information, spread technology, and exchange culture. For example, the cell phone we use might be designed in the US or in the United States and assembled in China and used here in the Philippines. So that's globalization. We are all linked in one big global network. But as we enjoy these connections, globalization also brings challenges, especially to our environment. Now, the ecological dimension of globalization talks about how the global system affects the environment. So when businesses grow and countries trade more products, then of course, it leads to more factories, more shipping, and more resource use. This has a huge effect on nature, on environment, like air pollution, deforestation, and climate change. So, globalization is not only about economy and culture. It's also about ecology, or the relationship between humans and the environment. Now, let's proceed to the positive effects of globalization on the environment. So, these are sharing of green technology, international cooperation for climate action, and awareness on environmental issues. So, let's start it with the good side. Now, one positive effect of globalization is that it allows countries to share green technologies. For example, solar panels, wind energy, and electric vehicles that help reduce carbon emissions. Another good thing is international cooperation, because many countries now work together to fight global warming, like the Paris Agreement, where nations promise to lower greenhouse gas emissions. Now, globalization also helps raise awareness. Environmental movements and campaigns can easily spread around the world through social media and international organizations. So, globalization can be a tool to protect our environment if it is used wisely. But of course, globalization also has its negative effects on our environment. So first is there's the overuse of natural resources. So because of global demand, forests are being cut down, minerals are being mined, and oceans are being overfished just to supply good to our or to other countries. Second is pollution and waste increase. So more factories mean more smoke, more plastic, and more toxic waste that harm air, water, and soil. Now, the third one is globalization contributes to climate change. So when industries and transportation produce greenhouse gases that trap heat in the atmosphere. And lastly, there's the loss of biodiversity, meaning many animals and plants lose their homes due to deforestation, urbanization, and pollution. So while globalization improves the economy, then it can also destroy the planet if not managed properly. And to make this more real, I have here some examples. So first is the Amazon rainforest, or sometimes called the lungs of the earth. So because of global demand for wood, beef, and soybeans, large parts of the forest are being cut down. This destroys habitats and increases carbon dioxide. Second is the plastic pollution. So a lot of the plastic we use every day comes from global industries. So many of these end up in the ocean, harming marine life. And lastly is the climate change. So because of global industrialization and transportation, the Earth's temperature keeps rising. So we experience stronger typhoons, heat waves, and floods. And these are clear signs that our planet is suffering from the side effects of globalization. Now the question is, what can we do? You know guys, it's not too late. There are things we can do. So as a student, we can start by practicing sustainable consumption, buying only what we need, avoiding single-use plastics, and recycling. So we can also support eco-friendly companies that use renewable energy or sustainable materials. On a bigger level, governments and organizations can promote global environmental policies that protect natural resources. And lastly, we can all live a greener lifestyle, meaning plant more trees, save energy, and educate others about protecting the environment. Small actions, class, when done by many, can make a big difference. So to end my presentation, I want to remind everyone that globalization connects not only people and countries, but also our shared environment. Every action we take affects someone or something in another part of the world. So, as we continue to globalize, we should also take responsibility for our planet. Let's make a globalization sustainable, one that balances progress with protection of nature. So now that we've understood how globalization affects the environment, it's time to explore what really drives these environmental problems. And for that, I'll turn you over to the next reporter who will discuss the lesson 2, or the drivers of environmental issues. Thank you so much everyone for listening, and I hope this discussion inspired you to think about how we can help protect our environment in this globalized world. Thank you and God bless.